Hey everyone, in this tutorial I wanted to show you how to set up a simple blog in WordPress. And this tutorial is for anyone, so even if you're a complete beginner, you're going to have an easy time following along. You don't need to know any programming languages or any prior knowledge about web design or anything like that. This blog took me about an hour to make. It's super simple. And the reason why I set up the blog like this is to teach you all of the basic essential elements about WordPress so you can take what you learn and build your own custom blog. So I'm going to give you a quick site tour. I made this logo in a website, which I'll show you what the website is later, and it's really easy and free. And this is just a basic blog. So we have the blog posts. We can click on any post right here. It'll take us and show us some more text. You can also have comments, so people can leave comments on your blog. And some more posts like this. We can do a slideshow. So this is just a basic blog. We also have a sidebar with some search functions and about little sidebar thing right here with a picture of you, maybe some social media icons, and some categories. We can also put the categories up here at the top, so if your users want to click on only space blog posts, they can click on space and just see all the blog posts related to space. In addition to the blog, I'm going to also show you how to make some basic pages. So this is not only a blog, but it's also a website. So we're going to make a simple about page like this. It says about me. And you can have a picture and some text. You can also put videos on this. You can really do anything with WordPress. I'm going to show you also how to make a contact page with a contact form built directly into the website so people can email you from your website, and some contact information like this. And if you don't know about WordPress, WordPress is the most popular content management system, which means it's going to make it really easy to do everything that you see on this demo website and more. And I really recommend using WordPress over free, even though WordPress is free, but I recommend it over Tumblr and Blogger and stuff like that, because if you use WordPress, you're going to have so much more control over your website, and you're not going to be restricted by the restrictions that those websites give you. So WordPress is really popular. It just keeps climbing in popularity. It's used by CNN, Forbes, UPS, eBay, Best Buy, Jay-Z, Katy Perry, and millions of others. It's a really professional and simple and great content management system. So let's get started and let's find out what we need to do in order to set up our WordPress blog. So the first thing that we need to do is get a domain name. So a domain name is just the name of your website. So up here, my domain name is coolwordpresstutorial.com. So your domain name is going to be your business or yourname.com. You can also get .net or .org or any other extension that you want. This step does cost money. It's about $10 per year, and you have to pay for a domain. There's really no way around. You can't get a free domain name. The second thing we need to do is, let me write that again. The second thing we need to do is get hosting. And what hosting is what's going to hold all of the information on your website. So it's going to have all of the images. It's going to have all of the text. You may have heard of something called a cloud. It's similar to a cloud, and it's what holds all of the information on your website. And this step also costs money, but it's worth it because since you are paying for it, it's going to be your server or your host. So you're not going to have any restrictions that come with sites like Tumblr or Blogger. It's going to be all yours, and you can do anything you want with it. So this step costs $7 per month. And these are the only two things that cost money when making a WordPress website. The rest is free. So after we get a domain, get hosting, we need to install WordPress on our host. And this is free, so you can write free right there. And then what we have to do is install a theme. And what a theme is just the way your website looks. So every website looks a little bit different, and the theme is the thing that determines the way it looks. So WordPress has thousands of free themes to choose from, and I chose this one. And this step is also free. And then after that, we have to add our content. So we're going to add our blog posts, this content right here, our categories, and all of our pages. And after that, we'll be done, and you will have learned WordPress, and you'll have your own website. So let's get started with steps 1 and 2, and we can do that in the same place at the same time. So let's go over to hostgator.com. That's hostgator.com. And HostGator is one of the most popular hosting and domain services out there. There are hundreds of others, but HostGator is by far the biggest. They have really great free live chat support. Their prices are really reasonable, and it's just really easy to use. So I really like HostGator, so I'm going to recommend them. And once you get to HostGator, just click Web Hosting. And when you get to this page, you're going to have a few options of different plans you can choose from. I really recommend getting the baby plan because you can have unlimited domains on your one server, meaning you can have unlimited amounts of WordPress websites on your one server. With the patch link plan, you can only have one website. So it's there for you to choose. It's up to you, but I recommend going with the baby plan because you get more options. So I'm going to choose the baby plan, and I would not go with the business plan because that's just too much. That's just overkill. You don't need any of the extra features that this plan offers. So I'm going to choose baby plan, and I'm going to choose to pay month by month. You can choose to pay for 3 years all at once, 2 years. You will get a better deal, but you'll also have a lot more money to invest. So I'm going to choose monthly, and I'm not going to be locked into anything. I can quit at any time. So I'm going to click order now. And this is the step of getting our domain name. So you have to be a little bit creative on this step because a lot of the domain names that you may want are going to be taken. So I'm going to choose cool WordPress tutorial.com. And you can also choose .net, .org, .info, or .biz, but I like .com. It's the most standard. So as you can see, it says available, and I'm just going to make sure I have the package I want and the billing cycle, and I'm just going to enter any username. I'll just enter my name, and you can just enter any security pin that you'll remember. This is where you fill out your credit card information. If you're not from the United States, you have to pay with PayPal. So just click right here and fill out this information, and then you'll be able to pay with PayPal. So after that, they're going to try to sell you on some hosting add-ons, and I just say uncheck all of them and save yourself money. We don't need domain privacy protection unless you don't want people to be able to look up your name under your website. So with any website, you can look up who owns it, and if you don't want that to be the case, you can click this and your name will be private. So I don't really care, so I'm going to uncheck it. I'm not going to use site lock because WordPress is already very secure. And we're not going to use daily website backups because actually HostGator already offers this for free. And you can also back up your website on the actual WordPress system. So after that, we're going to go down here to the coupon code. And if you enter HostGator2519, and click validate, you'll get $9.95 off, bringing the total to $12.96. And this is my coupon code. So every time someone uses this coupon code, I get a little credit from HostGator as a thank you for recommending them. So I am going to click I have read and agreed to the terms and click create account. So after I fill out all of this information, I'm going to see you on the next page. So the next page was just a confirmation, and you should be receiving this email soon. Sometimes it can take a couple of hours for you to receive this email and for your site to become fully active, and that's totally normal. It's just HostGator setting up your website. So after you receive this email, just go ahead and remember your username that you chose on the last step and copy the password right here. So we're just going to copy it, making sure we don't copy any spaces, and click copy. And then we're going to click on your control panel. So that's right here. And then it's going to prompt us to log in. Another way of getting to this control panel is by going to your domain.com/cpanel, and it'll bring you to the same place. So let's just enter our username and let's paste in our password and click login. So once we're logged in, we can close this up and this. This is where we can manage our HostGator account and our HostGator hosting. This is also where we can install WordPress from. So let's check off get a domain and get hosting, and now let's work on installing WordPress. And so this is really easy. All you have to do is go down to services and software right here and click quick install. And then what you want to do is click under blog software, click WordPress. Click continue. And the first step is to choose which domain you want to install your WordPress website on. So I have multiple domains on my account. So I'm going to choose coolwordpresstutorial.com. Now, if you want your WordPress website or blog to be on a subdomain, for example, coolwordpresstutorial.com/hello, you can type in hello right here. But I want my WordPress website to just be on coolwordpresstutorial.com. So after that, just leave this checked and enter your email. And then enter your blog title. I'll call mine my blog. And enter your username. So I'm just going to choose my name. You can choose anything. And the first and last name are optional. So after that, just click install now. And HostGator is going to install our WordPress website on our domain. So when that's done, it'll say congratulations, and we can actually look at our website by clicking here. And this is what a blank WordPress website looks like. So let's go over to this page and let's remember the username we just made right here, and let's copy the password. So this is a different password than the password for your cPanel. This is the password for your WordPress website. So in order to log in into the dashboard of your WordPress website, just click right here. You can also just go to your website.com/wp-admin. So you will want to remember this because you're going to be using this page a lot. So just enter your username, paste in your password that you just copied from the last page, and click login. All right, so this is what the WordPress dashboard looks like. This is where you're going to add your content, add your blog posts, and edit or change any aspect of your WordPress website. If you want to see the front end or the home page of your website, you can just go to yourwebsite.com, obviously, or you can click up here. All right. So since I'm going to be translating this video into different languages, the first thing I want to show you is how to make this dashboard into your language. So the first thing is to install a language plugin. Let's go to plugins and let's click add new. And what we want to do is type in native dashboard. Click search. And it's going to be this first one right here called WP Native Dashboard. Click Install now. Click OK. And click Activate. All right, after that plugin is activated, let's go ahead and change this dashboard into your language. So let's click Settings, and let's go over to Native Dashboard. And the first thing that we have to do is click this box right here, and then click Save Changes. After that, let's go ahead and click this right here. It says http://subversion.apache.org. And let's click Check Repository right here. So this is going to take a second to download all of the languages. So I'm just going to speed this up real quick. So after that's downloaded, let's click on your language. So I'm going to install the Spanish right here by clicking download. So after that's downloaded, let's go ahead and click log out. And then we are going to log back in by entering our username, pasting our password, and clicking your language. So we can log in like that. And now you'll see the whole dashboard will be in Spanish. So I actually don't speak much Spanish, so I'm going to change this back to English, but you'll be able to follow along easily in whatever language this video is in. So I'm going to re-log in with my username and password and click English. All right, so the first thing to do is to change that password. So let's go over to users and click your profile. Scroll down and you'll see password right here. So let's just change it into something you will remember. Click update profile. And now we can work on getting a theme. So we've installed WordPress. Next up, let's install a theme. So the way that you install a new theme on your WordPress website or blog is by going to Appearance and clicking Themes. And you can see all of the available themes if you click Add New. And you can go to Featured. These are all the featured themes. But what we want to do is search for a theme. I want to get the theme called Virtue. So I'm going to click Search, type in Virtue, click Search. And it's this one right here, so just click Install Now. Click Activate. And now if we go to our home page by clicking here, we can see that the look of the blog has changed. So before we move on, we have to do a couple of things. Let's install the theme plugins. This theme comes with a few plugins. So to install them, just click Begin Installing Plugin. And click Install under Virtue Toolkit. And click Return. Now you have to activate the plugin. So under Virtue Toolkit, click Activate. And I had a problem with this theme when I first installed it, where some of my font was not showing up correctly. It was the wrong font and it was kind of ugly. So to fix this problem, just go into Appearance, click Theme Options, then go down to the font options right here. It's called Typography, and just click Save Changes. Now your fonts should change their appearance on your homepage. All right, so the first thing that we should start working on is making a few pages. So that's going to be the About page, the Contact page, and the Home page. So let's do that by going down to Pages and clicking Add New. So the first page we're going to make is the home page. And on this website, the home page is going to be the blog. So I'm just going to type in home right here. And under template, I'm going to select blog. So just click publish. And now let's make an about page by clicking add new up here. Type in about. And I'm not going to change anything yet. We're going to fill this in later. So I'm just going to click publish. And the next one I want to create is a contact page. So I'm going to click add new, contact, and click publish. So now if we check out our website, there's not going to be any difference yet, because what we need to do is add those pages to our website's menu. So to do that, let's go down to Appearance and click Menus. And this is where you can manage all of the menus on your website. So I'm just going to make a new menu, and this one will be called Pages menu. This is where our pages are going to go. And I'm going to click Create Menu. So after that, what we can do is just check off Contact, About, and Home, and add all of those to the menu by clicking Add to Menu. So you'll see it show up right here on the right, and you can rearrange the order of these things by clicking and dragging. So I want the home page to show up first, the About page second, and the Contact page third. Now, what we have to do is assign it to a location on our website. So there are 6 locations to choose from. We can do multiple locations for one menu. But what I want to do is just test out our menu to see if it's working by putting it in the primary navigation area. So I'm going to check that off, click Save, and go to our website. And as you can see, we have a new menu: Home, About, and Contact. But actually, I want the menu to show up here. So to do that, I'm going to uncheck Primary and check off Top Bar. So click Save, go to our website, and it should be right up here. So before we start adding some posts to our blog down here, I want to change the way the blog looks a little bit. I want to add a sidebar with some author information and with some social icons and maybe some categories of the blog. So to do that, let's go over to our dashboard and let's go to Settings and click Reading. So you'll remember when we made the homepage page, we set it to the blog template. So what we want to do is go over to Front Page Displays, click a static page, and then under Posts, let's set it to Home. Now if we click Save and check out our blog, we'll have the sidebar right here. And also if we go to the Pages and click Home, we'll have a bunch of different options now for the way that the blog looks. We can add a subtitle, we can do a bunch of different stuff for the blog. So from here, I want to start editing the sidebar. I want to have a little author description, social icons, and some categories. So to edit the sidebar in WordPress, just go on to Appearance and go to Widgets. So this is where we can edit the sidebar. And what I'm going to do is just kind of drag most of the stuff out because we don't need most of this stuff. I'll keep the search in, and I'll keep the categories. So now if we look at our website, we'll just have a search bar and categories. But what I want to do is add an author description. So let's first get a plugin. And what a plugin is in WordPress is something that will extend the functionality of our WordPress website or blog. So that's something like a contact form, or that's a text editor, which we're about to download, or maybe something like a photo gallery. So let's go to plugins, click add new, and this is how you add a new plugin. So let's type in Tiny MCE Black Studio, and I did not spell that right, so that's 2 words, Black Studio, and maybe it's just Black Studio. Okay, so let's get this one right here called Black Studio Tiny MCE. Click install, click OK, and click activate. So this adds a Tiny MCE text editor to our widgets. So now if we go to widgets, you'll see Black Studio Tiny MCE. And what you want to do is just drag it over to the primary sidebar. I'm going to do mine right below the search, so you can see it. It's the search, the Black Studio Tiny MCE, and then categories. So I'm just going to add some author information. It's going to say about the author, and I have some dummy text right here, and I'm just going to paste that in and click save. So now if we check out our website, we'll have a little description about the author, but also what I want to do is add a little picture of the author right here on the left of the text. So to do that, I'm just going to click the beginning right before the first letter in the sentence, and then click add media. Click select files, and I am going to find my picture, and I'm going to change this to thumbnail, 150 by 150, the size, and the link to, I'm going to set it to none because I don't want it to link to anything when you click it. So after that, make sure the alignment is on left, which will make it go on the left of the text, and click insert into post. And that looks pretty good. Let's save it and refresh the page. And now we have a description of the author. This could have been a little bit smaller, and we can change the size of that image by going to Media, Library, and you'll see your image right here. What you want to do is click Edit and scroll down and click Edit. And we can scale the size by clicking Scale Image. And let's set it to 80 by 80. Let's scale that, see how it looks. And that looks about right. So I'm going to click Update. And we're not going to see any changes yet right here. What we have to do is go back into the widgets, open up the Black Studio. You might want to click the visual editor right here. We can just delete this guy, click Add Media, and this is going to be a small one. As you can see, it's 80 by 80. So make sure it's left aligned. Link to is none. And the size is full size, 80 by 80. So let's insert that into the post. And that looks good. So let's save that. Check out our homepage. All right, that looks great. So the next thing I want to do is to add some social media icons right below about the author. So let's get a new plugin. Let's go to Plugins, Add New, and this one is called AccuRax. Click Search, and it will be this first one right here called AccuRax Social Media Widget. Click Install Now, click OK, and click Activate. So when you activate it, you'll notice a new tab down here. Let's click that and click that. And you'll have a bunch of different options on the way that your social media icons can look. And this one looks nice. You can set the size. I'm going to make mine kind of big. And this is where you enter all of your social media account usernames and profiles. So I'm just going to not fill this in for now. What you want to do is just type in your username for Twitter, and your profile. So it's going to be facebook.com/your name. And I'm just going to add some dummy text just to show you the way it looks. So we'll add a Google+, a YouTube, and a LinkedIn. So let's update that. Now we have to add this to a widget. So let's go to Appearance, Widgets, and you'll see a new widget right here called Accurax. Let's do that right below the Black Studio About the Author widget. And I'm not going to put a title on this one. Let's make the size 48 by 48 or something like that. And we can keep this as default because when we save this, that is what the default settings are going to be. And then let's align the icons to center. So from there, click Save. And let's check out our blog. So it looks pretty good. We have our author description and our social icons. And before we start making some posts and adding content to our pages, I want to kind of make the blog look a little bit better. I want to add our own logo and put it right in the middle of the page. And I want to do a couple other things before we start adding our main content. So let's do that. Let's start editing the logo. To edit the logo, you'll want to go to Appearance, Theme Options, and click Main Settings right here. Scroll down until you see Logo Options, and I'm going to click the Center option right here. Click Save. We can see it on our blog if we refresh it. And then I'm going to upload my own logo. So I made this, and I'm going to show you how you can make a logo like this. So I'm going to click under Logo, Upload. I'm going to upload my logo image. And I'm going to click Select and click Save. So let's refresh that. Now we have a brand new logo, and the whole site looks a lot better. So the way I made this logo is by going to pixlr.com. I went to the Pixlr editor, click Create a New Image, and you want to set the size to about 370 by 75. Doesn't have to be exact, but that's about where you want to be. So make sure to click Transparent and click OK. And you'll notice that you'll have a checkered box in your canvas, and this is because we selected a transparent background. This means no matter what color you change your website's background to, your website's background color will shine through the image, so it doesn't look like a big awkward block in the middle of your website. So to make a logo, you can just mess around like in this program. It works a lot like Paint or Photoshop. You can add text, change the size, change the font, change the color, and you can just mess around with different shapes and tools and effects. I'm not going to go too in-depth in that. I will have a new tutorial very soon on how to make a good logo. But once you come up with your logo, just go ahead and click File, Save. And what you want to do is under Format, click PNG. And let's call it Logo. Click OK. and we could save it to our desktop. Click save, and then just upload it the way you saw me do it. So under theme options, click main settings, go down to the logo options, and then right here you'll have an option to upload your new logo that you just made. All right, so once that's done, you'll have a new logo. And from here, we can start adding the actual content to our blog. So the first thing that I want to do is let's make this about page. So it's blank right now. And what I want to do is add an image, get rid of the sidebar, and add some text. So let's do that now by going to the dashboard and going to pages. Let's click the about page right here. And I'm just going to paste in some dummy text that I already prepared right here. So this is just normal text. And I'm going to add an image by putting my cursor at the very beginning of the sentence, clicking Add Media, Upload Files, Select Files. I'm going to click this one. And I think this will be good, 512 by 512. If you don't want it that big, of course, you can choose medium or thumbnail or resize it like I showed you on a step earlier. So I'm going to insert that into the page, and it should look like that. And then the next thing I want to do is actually change the template to full width. So this is going to get rid of the sidebar. So it's just going to be a full width template. All right, let's click update and see how that looks. And refresh our about page. And that looks pretty good. So that's how you add an image and some text. So let's now move on to the contact page. So on this page, we're going to add a contact form and maybe a Google map on the top and some other contact information or a picture. So let's do that now. And if you're using the Virtue theme, this theme that we downloaded, it's really easy. All you have to do is go to the contact page by going to pages, clicking contact, and let's go to the template and let's click contact. And then when we update it, if you look below right here, you'll see a bunch of contact page options. So under use contact form, click yes. We can title the contact form. We can add a map by clicking yes, and we can add our location. We can select the map type, which is just the way the map looks. I'll choose road map and set the zoom level. And also if you want to make the map taller or shorter, you can set the height. The default is 300. So once you've done that, you can click update. And when you refresh your contact page, you'll have a map, a contact form, and you can add some text or an image right here by just going to add media, upload files, or go to your media library. And I'm just going to add this picture. I'm going to center it and set it to medium 300 by 300 and click update. So there we go. Maybe I could have made it a little lower down by putting a few spaces up here. And we can add some text below. So you get the point. For those of you who are not using the Virtue theme and don't have the contact template, we can just set this back to default. I'm going to teach you how to add a contact form. So we have to get a contact form plugin. Go to plugins, click add new, and let's type in contact form 7. Click search, and it should be the top one right here. Click install now, OK, and click activate. So what we want to do is go over to the new contact tab on the sidebar right here and click contact forms. Click contact form 1 And before doing anything else, make sure that this is the email you want to receive emails at. And if that's the case, make sure to copy all of this up here and make sure to include the brackets as well. This is called shortcode, and when we paste this into our contact page, it's going to display a contact form on our website. So making sure that we have all of this copied, let's go over to Pages, and let's click on the contact page, and let's paste in that shortcode that we just copied. And I'm going to set the template to full width because I don't want that sidebar on our contact page. And we can add a subtitle and click Update. So let's refresh our page. And now we have a nice contact form, and you can add this contact form to any theme you download. So let's move on to the blog. First thing I want to do is show you how to make a post. So to make a post, just go ahead and go to Posts, Add New. And we can write, this is my first blog post. Now I'm just going to paste in some more dummy text. And we can add an image to the top of the post by going to the featured image area, clicking Set Featured Image, and let's upload some files. I'll choose this one, and I'll click Set Featured Image. So in order to get this picture to show up on the home page or the blog, we have to set the post summary to picture. So let's choose Landscape Image, and let's click Publish. Let's refresh. And now we have the image, and it says, this is my first blog post. So if you want a smaller image, we can choose Portrait Image. Click Update, and it will look more like this. The picture will be on the left of the blog post. And if you want the image to show up on the top of your blog post when you click the actual post, you can go over to Head Content and click Image. So if we update that and refresh the actual blog post, we'll have an image up here and the blog post here. So just for fun, let's make another post by going to Posts, Add New, or you can click Add New up here. And we can give it a title. And I'm just going to paste in this text. Another thing we can do is add a slideshow to our image right here. So to do that, we first have to select on Post Summary, Landscape Image Slider. You can also do a Portrait Image Slider. And let's go down here and add our post slider images. So click Add Images, Upload Files, select Files, and I'm just going to click a couple pictures and click Add to Gallery. So now if we update our page by publishing it and refreshing our page, we'll have a nice little slideshow like this. You can also add a video by pasting in a YouTube embed code. So we have to go to youtube.com and we'll get a video. And then what you want to do is go to Share, Embed, and just copy this code right here. So copy, and we'll paste this in right there. Then we'll select the post summary to video. We can also select the head content, which is the content within the blog post when you click on the blog post, to video or image slider. So now if we update that and refresh our page, we should have a nice video right up here. You can also add videos to your posts by just pasting in the YouTube embed code or just the YouTube URL. Alright, so that about covers the blog part of this tutorial. The next thing I want to do is add all of the categories to my blog up here at the top. So I showed you before the way you can add categories is through a actual post. So when you go and add a post, you can add a category like this. And you can add a few more categories. But another way you can add categories, I'm just going to update that, is by going over to posts and clicking categories. And you can add your categories from here. So I'm going to add one more category called travel and click add new category. So now if we look at our blog and refresh it, and as you can see, our categories show up right here. But I also want a bunch of categories right up here for easy access for my users. So I'm going to do that by going over to Appearance, Menus, and I'm going to make a new menu. So click Create a New Menu, and we'll call it Categories Menu. Click Create. And what we want to do is go over to Categories right here and check off all the categories that we want to include in the menu. Click Add to Menu. And we can, of course, rearrange the menu like this by clicking and dragging. And then what we want to do is set the menu location to secondary navigation. So let's save that and refresh our blog. And now we have a nice menu up here on the top with all of our categories. Alright, so that about completes this tutorial, and hopefully you'll be able to use this knowledge to create your awesome WordPress blog and website. Thanks for watching.